Okay, so are you ready for this?
Always.
All right, so let's dive deep, shall we? Today we're looking at some verses from the Quran.
Ooh, okay.
Specifically, verses 1 through 18
Okay.
from Surah At-Taghabun.
Okay, that's chapter 64 for folks who
Right, exactly.
don't have their Quran handy.
Yeah, and as always, we're not here to get into any kind of theological debates or comparisons of religions.
Yeah.
But rather looking at this text as kind of a way to understand Islamic thought
For sure.
a little better.
Yeah.
And its worldview.
Yeah, and this is a great section of the Quran to do that with.
For sure.
Because you've really got kind of like the core ideas.
A lot of the core tenets of Islam.
Yeah, like God's power, humanity's purpose,
Yep.
the importance of faith and action.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so right out of the gate, in verses 1 through 4,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
it's pretty awe-inspiring, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like Allah, everything praising him. This all-encompassing knowledge.
Like just the scope of it.
We're dealing with a powerful force here.
Totally. And that power
Yeah.
is connected to the creation of humanity.
Right.
And what I think is really interesting here
Yeah.
is that it says that Allah creates both believers and unbelievers.
Right.
So that there's this...
It's not presented as an accident.
Right, exactly. It's not like, whoops, made a mistake.
Right, yeah.
It's like, no, this is very much like a deliberate...
Like a feature, not a bug.
Totally. A feature, not a bug.
Yeah.
And it suggests that free will, choosing your path, is baked in to being human.
That makes a lot of sense, especially when you then go on to verses 5 through 7.
Okay.
Where we see, those who made the choice to disbelieve.
Right.
And the consequences that they face, not only in this life,
but in the afterlife too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a pretty stark warning. I think that this part really gets to what Islam emphasizes about accountability.
Okay.
Your actions matter, not just here, but in the next life as well.
For sure. But then it's just when you think, okay,
right,
this is all
it's gonna be fire and brimstone.
Fire and brimstone, yeah.
Right.
We get to verses 8 through 10.
Okay.
And the whole tone shifts.
Totally. It's like an invitation is being given.
Right.
Believe in Allah, believe in his messenger, believe in this light that's been revealed.
Right. So what is that?
Yeah. So the light, it's often interpreted as meaning divine revelation.
Okay.
So the Quran itself.
Okay.
But it also, it symbolizes other things as well, like guidance, knowledge, truth.
Yeah.
All of that's contrasted with the darkness of ignorance and disbelief.
Gotcha.
And it's a really common theme throughout the Quran.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's you can feel that.
Right. The imagery in those verses.
Yeah, the day of gathering.
Yeah.
Deeds being judged.
Yeah.
The reward of paradise, the punishment of eternal fire.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff.
Yeah, so you're really
right.
being asked to make a choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where do you stand?
Yeah.
Align yourself with the truth, with belief.
Yeah.
And you'll get the reward
or else.
Or else.
Yeah, and I love how up to this point, it really is this clear division.
Right.
Belief and disbelief.
Totally.
But then we get to verses 11 through 13.
Okay.
And I feel like it gets more nuanced.
Yeah.
It introduces divine decree.
Okay.
It's the idea that nothing happens,
right.
but by Allah's will.
Right.
So does that mean we have no control?
Right. Good question.
Yeah.
And that's something that Islamic scholars have debated for centuries.
Right.
But these verses, they do emphasize Allah's power, his control over everything.
Yeah.
But they also say that Allah guides the hearts of those who believe. So it's this back and forth
between divine will
right.
and human choice.
Exactly.
And then right in the middle of that, you get this powerful statement.
Yeah, what is it?
In Allah, let the believers put their trust.
It's like an anchor right in the middle of all this.
Yeah, it's even when things are rough.
When things are tough.
There's a higher power you can rely on.
For sure. And trust in Allah is really, it's at the heart of what Muslims believe.
Okay.
It's about surrendering to a wisdom that's greater than your own.
Yeah.
And just having faith.
Yeah.
That even when you can't see the path, you're being guided.
And, talking about challenges, verses 14 through 16,
okay,
they really bring things down to earth.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
it's not just this abstract, belief destiny.
Right.
It's saying like, hey, even the people we love the most, our spouses,
our kids.
The kids can be a source of temptation.
Yeah. They can challenge our faith.
I feel like that's super relatable.
Totally. Regardless of what you believe.
Even if you're not religious.
Right.
At all.
For sure. Because like...
the path of faith?
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's not a straight line.
No, it's not a straight line.
Right. And it's saying there are
going to be distractions.
It's going to be distractions.
There are going to be tests. And sometimes the hardest tests come from the people closest to us.
For sure. But even in the midst of those challenges...
Right. There's such an emphasis on forgiveness.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
Like forgiving others.
Yeah.
Seeking forgiveness from Allah.
Like you're gonna mess up.
You're gonna mess up.
You're gonna be tested.
Yeah.
But you can always come back.
Always a path back.
Yeah.
And it's not just people who can test us.
Right.
It says that possessions and children.
Yeah. Like the stuff we have.
Like the stuff.
Can distract us.
Right. From what really matters.
From what matters.
Remembering Allah. Fulfilling His will.
Yep.
So that takes us to the final part of this passage.
Yeah.
Verses 17 and 18.
Okay.
This idea of lending to Allah.
Yeah, what is
that?
What does that even mean?
Yeah, like how do you lend to...
Right, so it's about recognizing that like everything we have is a gift from Allah.
Okay.
Right? Our wealth, our possessions, even our lives are gifts.
Yeah.
So when we give in charity, we're not losing anything. Right. We're giving back.
Giving back.
A portion of what was already His.
Okay.
And when we do that, we're investing in something way bigger than any worldly gain.
Like a cosmic investment strategy.
Totally. Put your faith into action and the return is huge.
Huge. And it ends with this like beautiful reminder of Allah's attributes.
Yeah.
Appreciative.
Forbearing.
The knower of the unseen and the seen.
Almighty. It gives you like comfort, but also this sense of awe.
Yeah.
Because even when we mess up, He sees our effort.
Yeah.
He forgives. He guides us.
Yeah. Wow. That was quite a journey.
It was.
We went from the creation of the universe to the very personal struggles of faith and temptation.
The stuff we deal with every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ultimately to this like call to action.
Yeah. What is it?
Trust in Allah.
Give generously.
Give generously. And remember that the true reward is beyond the material world.
This makes you think.
It does.
Right.
It really does.
I mean, whether you're, a devout Muslim or just exploring different ideas.
Curious.
Yeah, this is a really interesting worldview.
It is. It's the nature of faith, the meaning of life.
Yeah.
The choices.
We make.
That we make.
Yeah. And these are questions.
Like universal questions.
They're universal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Who you are, where you come from.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks about this stuff.
That's what I love about these deep dives. We get to explore all these different ideas about
facets of human thought, human belief, and hopefully understand ourselves. And the world a little bit better.
Yeah. It's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.